Last Easter 3 over here. Mo just called me last E. And just driving. I'm in Nevada. Picked up some flowers off the road. I got a stove in the back on top of the little ramp, not the ramp, but the lip of the back of the truck, and it's tied down. The owner of the company, you know, my boss basically, you know, he's like, he forgot to put it in when we were loading. We loaded some heavy stuff on the back, and he just, you know, it would have taken us like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. It was like 12 a.m. I had to get out in the morning, and I was falling asleep. I was so tired, but he just didn't want to do it anyhow, so he just strapped it in the back. I feel uncomfortable. I stopped to check it, if the straps were tight, so they're pretty good. They're pretty decent. The only thing, I don't know if I noticed, the liftgate itself is like 4 inches below that, but the strap, he strapped the strap underneath it as well, so it's not loose. Although I don't know, I feel like, you know, I want to call him and ask him about that. It's just very odd. It's sitting on tight, it doesn't budge, but it just, you know, I feel uncomfortable. You know, he said it's not illegal, it's not illegal. I'm like, well, you know, there's things that aren't illegal, just, you know, they're kind of irresponsible in a way, and it could be reckless, you know. But anyway, I literally stopped and smelled the flowers. I think the phrase goes, you gotta stop sometimes, smell the roses or something like that. You know, I actually urinated. It was on gravel and sand, it wasn't on concrete, you know, so it'll seep in, and, you know, rain will come and wash it into the soil or whatever. You know, I don't defecate outside either, but there's no bathroom. I'm not gonna stop at a rest area. It was like 10-15 minutes to go to the bathroom, so I had to do that. I picked these flowers. They smell really good. They smell really great. Like, I can't smell them like that. I gotta get closer, but, you know, I picked them, and I'm having for today in here. I'm running through the desert basically. You know, there's nothing. I believe those are the Rockies. That's how, like, you know, unaware and ignorant I am towards, like, you know, the landscape of the United States. You know, but yeah, they stretch for like hundreds and hundreds of miles. It's so beautiful. I have other footage I recorded. I put it on Facebook. I put it on here as well, and I put it on the Lucas 79 channel. You know, some of it I uploaded with music, just minor melody that came up months ago. One of them was called the Brooklyn Beats. That's actually on the application. It's a certain style. It's a certain beat maker app within an app. You know, it's a certain form, whatever. But anyway, I uploaded that, and yeah, I'm just cruising, driving. I only did like how much did I drive? Almost 200 miles today. That's not all that good, but it's only 11 a.m. Time is against me because I'm driving against the time zone. So depending on, I know for sure I'm gonna lose 1 hour. So, you know, I'm going 61 right now. This Penske, you know, I know I can push to like 65, 70. The other one cut off at 70. 70 was the you know, it was an older truck. 70 was the high speed I could go. I'm cruising basically in the 60s. It's like, you know, it's a 2-lane highway, east and west. You know, this highway 80 will take me all the way, I believe, to New Jersey. Actually, it'll take me all the way to New York, GWB, George Washington Bridge. You know, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm taking the north route this time. I'm returning. I'm returning back to New Jersey. Before I was driving on the south side of the United States. Now I'm like somewhat mid-north of the United States. You know, because I'm going to talk about longitude, latitude. You know. Anyway, yeah, it just, you know, I had thought about my dad, because, you know, it's like I'm getting compensated for this. For 4 years I worked as a delivery driver. Before that I worked as a mover, and I drove trucks for customers, like U-Haul 26 footers like this, 10 footers, 16 footers, 20, 22 footers, or something like that, you know. But, you know, in 2016 I started driving for Amtech, the beer distributor company, and, you know, you could say I was a professional driver because I was getting paid for it. I didn't have my CDL. I wasn't arguing that with my father. I just told him, well, you could say I'm a professional driver, you know. And it reminded me because I signed up to this app. It's a truck service center. It's a truck center, not service, truck center. It has service like food, showers, this and the other thing. And you get, you know, discounts, this and the other thing. And it said to log on, are you you drive a RV, auto, or a pro driver? I mean, I drive a straight truck, a box truck, but I don't have a CDL. But you know, I fall in the category of a pro driver. You know, he always argued with me. He's like, you don't have a CDL, so you're not a pro driver. And you know, I never told him. I didn't want to escalate it because he gets really, really stupid, especially when he's trying to smite me down. You know, I felt happy that I was, you know, working you know, full time, driving, delivering. I was making a steady paycheck. I was going all over New Jersey, even like Staten Island, you know. It wasn't too much, but I was out on the road, and you know, I was making so much good money. It wasn't the best, but I was, you know, making money. And you know, the fact that I said pro driving, he just tries to like rip the ground, the earth from underneath me. You know, he's been known to, he'll literally take everything from me, like he has in the past, and he said it was just junk, and you know, it either was getting fixed, I was going to scrap it. You know, he just wanted to throw it away. Well, not throw it away, but actually scrap it. He gave me the money for the last scrap, but I could have made so much more. But it's like everything, you know, I get into, he tries to like put me down, or like, you know, he tries to see like a negative angle, or an angle that isn't even there, and just to like bring me down, just to put me down. And you know, the thing I regret not telling him was, well, you know, there's NASCARs or Formula One drivers. They don't have a CDL. I mean, maybe some of them do, but you don't need a CDL for that, I believe, right? So it's like, you know, they're not commercial drivers. They're you know, sports drivers. So you know, they're not professional drivers. They don't, you know, compensate for driving. And you could say, you know, an Uber or Lyft driver, probably a professional driver. It's just, you know, people put, and I could see from a standpoint, if someone puts a lot of connotation or something like that to a professional driver. Typically, they have a CDL that drive a you know, a tractor with a trailer, not a straight truck. It's, you know, a little shorter, and you know, it can be hooked off. But I mean, what are we really talking about? Are we talking about the terminology? You can look at the terminology, professional driver, IM, and then maybe, you know, even a taxi cab driver. It can be put in the category of professional driver. He drives all the time, right? He's behind the wheel, behind the steering wheel, an automobile, a vehicle rather, a vehicle. But you know, it's that, actually, you know, I was trying to get other people's point of view. They just didn't chime in too much. You know, they just went up and over it. But you know, it's just about him, and like, you know, how my whole life he's been doing that to me. You know, and I already talked about it, but like a couple months ago, it was before he sent me to the third time to the, you know, psychiatric unit, because I yelled at him, and I mentioned pedophilia and child molestation in his face, and you know, I got angry, so he called the police on me. Then the following day, when I was calm and normal, because you know, he's figured I'm gonna make a YouTube video, I'm gonna tell people, I don't even know what was going through his mind. And you know, before that, I asked him like a dozen times, 8 or 10 times, but I was angry. Why do you hate me? And he was snarking, laughing, because it was about, he was gonna throw away the scrap that I had, or actually just give it away, because he didn't like what I was doing, this and the other. And you know, he put his head down and he felt sad. I saw the sadness, and like the wind was taken from underneath his wings. You know, his flight of hatred was diminished. His flight of evil and, you know, and his menace upon me was just diminished. And you know, he got up, took his cell phone and walked to his bedroom. I was like, that's it? Like, you're not gonna tell me why you hate me? He didn't even look me in the face. He just put his head down and he's sad. He just, you know, felt like depressed and just walked away. You know, it's like, you could have just lied, Marek. You're very good at that, aren't you? Couldn't think of one so fast, you know. Funny thing about liars, a lot of them aren't that like really clever. And maybe some of them are. He isn't. He's really not. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, about that. You know, it's like, I felt like, wow, that's all I had to ask him. You know, that's why I asked him why. I was thinking about that my whole life. You know, I sometimes not conscious, but subconscious. I was just, you know, I was perplexed by it. Like, you know, I mean, what did I ever do to you? You know, I did nothing to you.